Hello everyone, welcome to the Traba Pamo Gospel Show. On this show we get to discuss with many icons in the kingdom, of course, talking about gospel musicians and many more. So they just get to inspire us with their lives. And of course today I'm joined today by a very, very reputable man, one that has done the most when it comes to gospel music. I'm talking about Mr. DAVIES MULAYA. Good morning.
Good morning, Modifa. How are you?
I'm alright, thank you. How are you?
I'm very fine.
First of all, it's really good to have you.
My pleasure. I'm very happy to be on this platform today.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's always amazing because I just get to see you from TV or maybe performing on the stage.
Yes.
And now getting to see you live is quite humbling. And I must admit you're very awesome.
I'm really humbled for that gesture.
Alright, so
I was surprised when I received the call. Okay. It's very good. I was very happy and so okay, let me go and see what this lady is up to anyway. So I'm happy to be here.
Definitely, I'm happy too. Alright, so just to start with it, I'm sure a good number of people really don't know about you. Maybe you can tell us from scratch your childhood, how you were raised. You can share with us and also get to trust about your family as well. You can brief all that.
Okay, Modifa, that's a very good question. I was born in DRS. Okay, my background is a little bit complicated because my parents immigrated from Zambia and then went to settle in DRS to look for, green pastures, they always say. My father is a Kaon and my mother is member both from Northwest Province, Solwezi, but in life when life doesn't go the way we expect, then you change some, the position. So they decided to go and settle in Congo, specifically Lubumbashi. They were farmers. So right there, that's where I was born, did my school from primary school, secondary school to the university. That's where I did my studies.
Oh,
yeah, actually, I always tell people that my English is not very good because I didn't learn it. I just learned through talking to people like this. I didn't learn English in school. My language was French. That's a language I can speak French very well than English. So sometimes I make some mistakes in English, but I don't care as long as the communication and the people gets to understand what I really want to deliver. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So when did you come into Zambia?
I came back to Zambia in 2004. Yeah, 2004, 2005, somewhere there.
And with your entire family, or how was it like?
No, by that time I was just a single guy. Yeah, and I can say that I started my life here in Zambia. Of course, I moved to different African countries here and there to do music because from my childhood, music was like part of my life. Being born in a Christian life, a Christian home, and being born in a family that used to sing. Some of us thought maybe every family is like that. So the background of singing made me, start this journey to where I am today. Yeah.
All right. So is it safe to say you are Congolese?
By birth, yeah, by birth because I was born that side. But the way it is, because we are born about 11, 12, the family. 11 boys and 1 girl. So the way it was, the first 6 siblings were born in Zambia, then the other 6 were born on the other side.
Okay,
so it's complicated. When I say it's complicated,
usually you say
I'm number 5. Yes.
Oh, that's really something. I would have imagined.
Yeah. So that's what I said in the preamble that my background is a little complicated. Yeah. But after whatever happened, they settled there. After some good years, they decided to come back again, back to Zambia. So we come back to Zambia because this is where our blood came from. Yeah.
So how's the reception for you, and how was it like for you getting to catch up here? Because you were there, you only learned how to speak you were only able to speak French, and then coming here, how was it for you?
It was very difficult. Of course, the only language that I could speak, because as I told you earlier on, my mother is Bemba, then my father is Kaonde. So my mother and my father, usually they used to communicate in Kaonde with Bemba. Understanding was very easy, but not speaking. But I could be able to only speak a little bit of Kaonde and also a little bit of Bemba, but with a lot of mistakes because Congo we speak Swahili, Lingala, and also French. So, but we had no problem when listening to people's conversation. The problem came in when talking. But it didn't take me time because I can say that I am blessed where knowing language is concerned, because right now I can speak about 14 languages fluently without any problem. So I didn't have any problem with that, and then later on, as days went on, I was able to speak Bemba, Kaonde, and the other Tonga, and these other things. So I'm okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's really good to know your background and how you were raised. And right, we'll be going on a short break, and then we'll be back on the other side so we get to understand more about Mr. Mulaya and what he has to tell us. Remember, do well to follow us on our Facebook page, that is Toapa Gospel Show Zambia, and get to follow us also on YouTube. Just get to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll be very, very glad to see your response. We'll be back after. Having an interesting conversation with Mr. Mulaya. Alright, so you've told us about your background and everything. I want to get to understand about your Christianity. Like, I know that you are a Christian and from the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Have you always been in that church?
No. My Christianity journey is a miracle. I can call it a miracle because when I'm coming from a Methodist background as a Christian, because both my parents are still Methodist even here. So that's how I was brought up as a Methodist. So when I came to Zambia, because I followed my brother, my immediate brother, because he did all his studies here from grade 1 to the university and did whatever. I started working. So after whatever I did, I said, let me follow my brother in Zambia. So the first town that I visited was Chambishi. That's where my brother used to live. When I got there, there was no Methodist church nearby. Okay. So I just looked at the church that had some beliefs like the Methodist church, and I found that UCZ was the closest church that I could relate to. That's how I joined that church. UCZ. Yeah. So, coming from a singing family, this evening, I was just moving around, just taking a walk, and I heard on a Wednesday, I heard some people were singing, and fortunately, they were singing some songs that I used to sing back then in Congo. We were singing them in Swahili, French, and other languages. So I was like, okay, let me visit this church, this choir, see what is happening there. So I found them, singing. I was very impressed. I said, okay, I think I asked them about their rehearsals. They said, no, we meet on this day. The very day, I joined that group. And, as I said earlier, I had a problem with the language, so I could understand some few things. But fortunately, there was this guy who came from Tanzania. he had a Tanzanian background who could understand Swahili. So he asked me, what language are you comfortable with? I said, okay, French, Swahili. Then he started speaking Swahili. So I was very happy. He spoke Swahili. Then later on, he said, no, I know this song that you guys are singing, I sang them before. Is it so? So they were singing in English, I was singing in French, like just to follow, then they were impressed. Until the end of the day, they said, you look very, very familiar with music and other things. But tell us something, as you know, 3/4 of the Congolese people are known for music and other things, So
and a lot of dance.
A lot of dance, but I'm not good at dancing. So I said, okay, no problem. Then the president said, no, are you able to teach us a song? And that was my first experience. So I taught them the song in Swahili, and then they were very happy. The following Sunday, they said, no, we're going to sing the song with you in church. That's how I led the song, and the congregation was very happy. So they asked me how I came. I explained. So that was my first journey to Zambia as Christianity is concerned.
So finally to the ST, because obviously you got popular in the ST.
Yes, I was very popular from there. Come again?
How come you left the ST?
After that, we let me take it back a little bit. From Dola, from Chamishi, they said of the festival. This particular year there was a festival, and by that time I started training a certain group from Kabushi, UCZ, and then they qualified to go and do the festival, and I was their director. So when the festival took place in Flira, and I was their director, so took the choir there, directed the group. There are people, singers who came from different, all over this country. They met there. So I did my best, and I was one of the best, choir master, and I was given some present and some good things there.
So by that time, you were very close to being the rhythm. Shortly after we started listening to much of your music, and you had this, should I call it a signature sound? Anybody that is listening to music will definitely know that is Mr. Davies. How was it like for you? How did you develop this sound?
In the first place, each and every musician, let me take that way because I'm a musician, has got their own people that inspire them. People that have inspired my music journey. One of them is Sipo Makabane from South Africa. There is also that blind man, Steve Kikana. Also, there is another guy from Congo, the brother Tuweraso. He's called Brother Patrice. Patrice is a lame guy. So those are the three guys really that inspired me to start my journey. So when I became Adventist, the first thing that I did was to sit down and, coming from a different background of Christianity, like the UCZ, the Methodist. So the approach to music was a little bit different from the way we used to do in these previous, churches. So what I did after I got converted into this faith, I took time to listen to the type of music that the SDF faith wants. So I listened to quartet music, solo music, choir music. Then I said, okay, what am I going to do for me to penetrate these guys? Because of course I found some other people who had already made their names. I said, okay, I love music, but I haven't penetrated here. Then I said, okay, let me create my own stuff. Yeah, that's how one day I just said, okay, I was given an opportunity to sing a song. In church, I sang a song, and it had, criticism or whatever from, we had two camps. Okay. The other camp said, no, Davis, this is the music that you've been lacking in the church. The other camp said, no, this is not SDO music. But what I believe, I didn't do music anyway, but I understand music through the internet. I've read a lot. At some point, there's some people, students from Evelyn On could come and ask for some help for their assignment, music assignment, whatever, and help them that way. But I didn't do music anyway. So what I believe is there is nothing like this is Christian music, this is SDA music, this Catholic music. Music remains music. Yeah. So as I said earlier, I had two camps. The other camps said, no, it's not SDA music. The other camps said, no, Davies, give it a year, you see the impact that you're going to give people after. So when I came home a little bit disappointed, I don't know, this is a new convert guy who want to do the music in this church, and then there is that kind of discouragement here. But I dwelled on the positivity of the other camp. I said, no, when I reached home, I said, okay, mostly my journey, I don't dwell on negative. No matter how many people are against what I'm doing, if I can have just 2 or 3 people who find sense in what I'm doing, I will hold on to that.
All right, that is really inspiring. That is so inspiring.
Yeah.
So you are one man that is very respected, in this church, okay, also as a gospel artist. Now, how do you maintain this integrity? I know we're all human. Once in a while we get to error, but how have you maintained this?
That's a very tough question because when you are known, it's like when you are poor. Okay, when you are poor, you have very few friends. As you start earning wealth, friends start accumulating. Same applies to fame. When you are not known, you become an innocent soul. You get the point. But when you get there, that's when you find serious temptation.
Yes.
On that one, it's only God. Otherwise, I can tell you that I'm very strong. I'm not strong. Like you said, we're human beings. We err in every journey. It's like our Christianity or our Christian journey is like a road. You can't find a road that is straight from here to Ndola. No matter how perfect the road is made, you find that there are some corners. But what is important is the destination where you are going. Your focus, regardless of, because I've been moving from here to Ndola, I know the road, but there is a bifurcation here, there is this corner here and there. So as I start going to Ndola, I know how to drive. Okay, here, but nevertheless, in life, you can't be careful because we are human beings. Temptations, we get them along the way, but it just takes God to protect us.
Definitely, it takes God to protect us. All right, we go on another break and we'll be back shortly. Welcome back. We continue with our discussion with Mr. Davies Mulaya. Now, every person once upon a time gets this experience, that literally changes their lives. And for a man of your stature, I'm sure you came across those moments. Obviously, the moment you realize that I am now famous, people know me, or that people appreciate your music despite all the negativity that came. So, I would love you to share with me your testimonies or those events that literally changed your life.
Okay, thanks. By the way, from the time I started singing, I've composed over 500 songs.
500.
That's our records, because I own a studio. I'm also a producer. I play a number of instruments. I own a studio called DMDM Records. I've recorded a number of people here outside this country, and also got some people from the UK, that arrangement. But coming to your question, my greatest testimonies I can put it is this. The first time when there was a program, and then I was invited as a guest singer. This program was a concert organized by some, SDA Music, and then the guest of honor was the late President Bwezani Banda was the guest of honor. So me, I just went there. By that time, I was not even yet known like the way I'm known now. And I went there innocently to see. I was given 2 slots, and my time came. I went and sang, and the president was very happy.
The president?
Very happy, stood and clapped. So after singing, I had to go outside because I had some copies I was selling outside. And he requested, said, I want that young man to come and sing that song again.
Who was the president?
So that Rupiah Bwezani Banda. So that's how people came, Hey, but there is fire punch. Hey, what happened? The president wanted to sing that song again. And I was like, the president. So I went there on the stage, then he hammered the song again. And the man was very happy, stood. This is my friend now,
Yeah.
Until after the concert, he got my contact, invited me to his residence. We had some good time, and he kept on inviting me several times. That was one of the best memories and best experiences that I had in the ministry. The other one is when I launched my albums at Government Complex in 2015. Before I went, because I was invited at some point as a guest singer in South Africa for a camp meeting for 1 week before my launch. So I launched, and it was a very successful launch. And I said, I think I've reached a certain level where I'm proud of myself, and I thank God that whatever I did and whatever I do, at least has got a certain reception from the public. So the other experience was, although it didn't happen, everything works for good for those who love the Lord. Had an invitation from the UK. There was a program that they invited me. They paid for everything. They organized everything. Everything was done. But unfortunately, I was not granted a visa by the UK embassy. Said because maybe the request was too close. There's a period of time that they give those things. So I was disappointed, but I said no. Anyway, this is good for me. I also later on received another invitation from USA for a program. Also, it didn't work out, but I thank God, because if people from that side can see that no, this person can be here. For me, it's a plus.
Yes.
Yeah, those are the moments that I treasure, and yeah.
Wow, those are really, really huge. So you're one of the people that would say the late Rupiah Bwezani Banda was a very jovial man.
Actually, that man was a very good friend. Every time and then he would invite me. Sometimes when he had his program with his state, whatever, he could call me. Davis, organize this many CDs. I'm going to meet this president. I'm going to give them your CDs. And when he reached there, he made sure that he could have his. These people are very happy with the music, that kind of thing. So he was a very good guy. He was a very good friend, a personal friend to me. I can say that.
Okay, so continue resting in peace.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are people who look up to you, and I know that for a fact. The moment I said I was gonna have an interview with Davies, please, I was everybody was so excited about it. So, what message would you have to every young person, or even any person who's old enough but they are inspired by you? What word would you give them, you as their person?
What I can tell people, what I can encourage people out there is that, in the first place, God blesses us differently. Even the Bible records that others were blessed, were called to do pastoral work, others evangelism, and so forth and so on. So it's just important to ask God to know that which He called you for. Most of the challenges that I've seen in young upcoming artists is that there's a bit of competition. I want to be like this, I want to be like that, without really understanding why they want to be like that. Because in everything we have to know the reason why we want to do what we're doing. The journey of a musician is a very good journey, but with a lot of challenges on the way. If you really don't know what you want to do, no wonder find that some other people can start today, tomorrow they leave because they think maybe to be a good musician, be famous, you are making a lot of money. It's not like that. And then the other challenge that I've found is that in Zambia, musicians, because the musicians are not really supported by our people. If musicians were supported by Zambian people the way other countries do, we're going to do a lot of great things, even support others. So the way that I can give some upcoming artists is that to push to their let them push to what God has called them to do this well. I've a lot of people, young people who've been imitating. Sometimes people call me, but why is this guy singing like you?
Yes,
why is this guy singing like that? For me, it's very difficult to start like, talk to them. No, you shouldn't. They'll think maybe I'm trying to be jealous, or maybe I'm trying to cut watching something like that. What I do, I just call them private. I say, you know what? Davis has got his identity, and he also, of course, as I said earlier, remember I said each and everyone has got their own people that have inspired them. I was inspired by Sipo Makabane, but when I went to South Africa to sing, people were like, there's a Sipo Makabane-ish kind of, but you are different. But that thing doesn't go. In as much as you want to imitate someone, but you have to find your own way, your own identity. Because when you start like doing exactly what Davis does, you are still selling Davis instead of selling your content or your talent out there.
Okay, so we want to hear Davis right now. I want to hear you sing something for us, like anything that is freestyle. So I just want to feel the touch. I'm used to listening to it from the headsets or from TV, but I want to listen.
Je dois partir dans cette contrée lointaine que j'ignore encore. Là où il y a la paix sans peine, ne pas avec ses corps. Il y a une louange qui ne s'éteint, avec les anges l'adorent. Et ce jour-là, nous serons dans la joie, dans la gloire du Seigneur, à Jérusalem nouvelle.
That is it. But what was it about?
It's talking about one day when I die, I want to make sure that I go and meet Jesus Christ in that beautiful city called Jerusalem.
Amen to that. Alright, so this is where we end today's episode of President Rupiah Bwezani Banda. Of course, my guest was Mr. Davies Mulaya, and he got to talk to us about his background, to talk to us about his family, and everything about him. It has been interesting having you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. I really thank my producers and everyone. Thank you very much.
Alright, okay, thank you so much. My name is Modifa, and I've been your host. So join us again next time for yet another exciting interview with another icon in the kingdom. Thank you so much.